Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of TimeShot. It's been a couple weeks since my last video, and I don't really have a good reason for that. I think I already used the out-of-town excuse last time, because that was when that happened. I almost actually started this video by saying that, but then I realized that that had actually happened between my first and second episodes. And I didn't really have a good reason for not posting anything these past couple weeks, but worry not, I am still here. I have not given up already. And there have been quite a few things going on at spawn here. As you can see, quite a few changes have been going on. The first thing that kind of draws my eye is the fact that this jungle tree over here is on fire, and has been on fire for at least a week now, I think. We do have fire spread off, which is why that is not going anywhere. Otherwise, I'd be worried about it catching my ship on fire, which, by the way, has had some significant work done on it. Last time I posted a video, I think the only thing I really had was like the base outline of the whole of the ship done, and then I think I only had 2 masts up at that point in time. So there has been a significant amount of work done on it. I've been rounding out the whole of the ship, making it look a little better with stairs, which you can now actually put underwater without them doing a funny thing where there's like an air block left in between the stairs, which is the way things used to be. And also the drowned are attacking me again. I mean, I could actually, fight them off, but there's like 3 of them and that'd be wasting my time. I think drowned are like the mob that I've killed the most, just working on the ship underneath down there. Other than skeletons, because we have a skeleton farm over there, but drowned are the second most killed mob in my statistics, I'm pretty sure, just due to the fact that I was doing a lot of work underwater and they kept showing up. Especially the ones with the tridents, which are really annoying because even with decent armor, and by decent I mean like slightly enchanted protection 1 iron armor, because that's about what I had at the time, they do a decent amount of damage, and it's kind of worrying, but so far I have not had a single death on the server, knock on wood, but I think I might be the only one playing consistently who does not have any deaths, so that is sure a thing that I should probably not call attention to. But anyways, really at this point in time, when it comes to the ship, the only thing really left to do is the sails, which are going to be rolled up along the masts and along the rigging and all that kind of stuff. Other than that, we're getting pretty close to being done with this already. I might add some more stuff on the deck right here, but then again, it's not a super big deck, and I don't really know that you need a lot of detail work up here. I do have kind of like a little cargo thing. I feel like there should be like a crane or something that loads cargo into here, but I haven't quite figured out how to work that out, or if I want to have that be something along the docks here, or maybe just not even worry about it at all. But yeah, since the last video, we really didn't have anything, so we'll go ahead and go through the entire ship here so you guys can see it all. So this would be the... what would be the word for this? I don't even know. The place on the ship where the steering wheel is, which that's one thing I haven't figured out, is how to make a good steering wheel. So this is just kind of a temporary placeholder thing. I thought about putting an item frame on this fence post and putting like a round object in there, but the item frame ends up sticking out, floating away from the fence post, and it's not actually like stuck to it. So it looks a little weird, and I'm not a big fan of that. But going down here, we have the captain's quarters, or this isn't really the quarters, this is more of like the meeting room. I don't know what the word for this would be. It's the room you see in pirate ships and whatnot, where the captain sits at the seat and his crew comes in and he tells them what's what and all that good stuff. So that's what this room is, but obviously that's a mouthful to put on a sign over there, so that's not what that says. But anyways, I've got a nice little map of the surrounding area here. A lot of water, which is fine. I think maybe I should have centered the map over this way a little more, although honestly it's got all of spawn on it, because our whole spawn area where people are building is kind of like right around here, and there's not really anything over there anyway, other than like Wynn's house, but that's more like way over this way, so that wouldn't even be on the map either way. And then Tort's stuff, which I think that's part of Tort's build right there, maybe. But then that would be kind of over this way too. Maybe people will build out in the water. I don't know. I might build another ship out there. Who knows? But that's enough staring at a map. Let's go ahead and Speaking of maps, cartography tables were added like 2 updates ago, and I only just like a couple days ago figured out how to work them and how to make my map and all that stuff with this. So that's pretty cool. I really haven't gotten a chance to use all these new blocks yet, and I think it's funny that we were discussing the village and pillage update in our TimeShot chat, and kind of brought up the fact that none of us really know how some of the stuff works with that update, even though it came out like a year or 2 ago now. It's been quite a while. I feel like none of us on the server know a lot of the basic stuff about it. So this would be the actual captain's quarters, the bedroom, and all that kind of stuff. This is probably the least finished room in the ship. I feel like I want to do something else with it. Maybe put some carpeting in. I feel like maybe put some better decorations on the wall. I have a clock here because I feel like that's a thing that you would have in a bedroom. Don't like the positioning of these lamps. I'm going to put them somewhere else. I just haven't figured out where just yet. Crafting table, don't really need that in there because that's going to... I had that in there temporarily because I needed a place to put one. But once I ended up finishing out my storage down here, I don't need that in there anymore. In fact, that's way out of the way for actually doing any crafting. So this is like a little crew cabin area. They've got a nice little table to sit at, and they've got bunk beds here. And I guess you only have room for 4 people on the crew and 1 captain, or I guess you could have 8 people on the crew and then they sleep in shifts. I don't know. I mean, obviously this doesn't have to function as an actual ship. I just thought it'd be a nice little detail to add those in. Of course, I could end up removing them later if I wanted to add more storage space, but I feel like I probably won't end up doing that. Because eventually I'll be moving into a bigger base outside spawn somewhere. So this is my storage area now that I have finally got a permanent kind of spawn home set up. I wanted to go ahead and get a kind of sorted out storage system going. Very rudimentary, basic, just kind of throwing stuff in chests. Mostly have items on one side and blocks on the other. A lot of stuff I don't have space for yet because I haven't collected much of it. I don't have any nether blocks, I don't think. Because I actually have not even been to the nether yet, which I think I mentioned last episode. Still have not set foot in the nether yet because I keep meaning to save doing that for its own video, but then I keep pushing that back, and I've just been so caught up in building my ship that I keep forgetting that there's a whole new nether out there. The whole reason that we, well, not the whole reason, part of the reason we started a new map was to get a new nether and explore all the new stuff there, and I haven't touched any of the new stuff. I've just been doing my own thing back here. Other than doing some of the new blocks, I say new, this was a couple of years ago that these blocks came out, but like the smoker and the blast furnace, and it is sad that I had to actually open those up to remember what their names are. But yeah, so this would be like a little kitchen area back here. So I've got kind of like some steaks cooking, a little sitting area over here for the crew to sit and they can cook their food. I don't really have a good reason for why the furnace and the blast furnace are up here, other than the fact that I needed a place to put them. But at the very least, the smokers have a reason for being back here because this is kind of like the kitchen area. But yeah, that's just about the whole ship here. I don't think there's really much else to show. It is nighttime, and I don't remember when I last slept, so let's go ahead and do that so we don't get attacked by phantoms. Because that is not a thing that we want to be happening right now. Not to say that that would go poorly for me, because I am pretty well outfitted now. Still working on getting a full set of diamond armor, and at some point I want to get a full set of netherite armor. I think some people on the server already have netherite armor, but of course, having not been to the nether, I am not going to have that kind of stuff yet. And also netherite is really hard to come by, from what I understand. So let's see, what else has changed? I haven't really touched the mine in a while, other than going down there to doing my strip mining. I haven't done anything with that just yet, so we are still going to have to, after we finish up the ship, doing the sails and whatnot, we are going to have to finish out the mine. Probably replace this cobblestone and this cobblestone here, the pillars and the blocks here along the side rail. And also do something with the side walls, which, like I said, I think I'm going to kind of do like strips of glass, like diagonally, and kind of have like peaks of like a working mine in the background with like some mine carts going back and forth and all that kind of stuff. Put some random ores in the wall and stuff like that to make it look like a real actual mine. And most importantly, I want to put in a water elevator so it's a lot easier to get back up again, because obviously we can just jump down into the water pool down there, but we don't have an easy way to get back up other than walking all the way around the staircase, which is not fun for anyone. I have moved most of my storage out of this room. I still have to fill in this area back here. because this was originally hidden by chests and furnaces and all that good stuff. So I had to fix these walls at some point. Right now I only have a whole bunch of cobblestone in here, also cobblestone downstairs, and yeah, these chests are all pretty much empty, so we're completely done there. I put a bleh. I put a bleh here. What is this called? Why am I having a brain fart on that? The pressure plate, that's what it's called. Why did it take me so long to remember what that's called? That's been in the game forever. I put a pressure plate down on the door because I realized people kept leaving the door open. So I figured I'd put that there so I don't have to remind people to leave the door closed. Of course, Endermen are constantly finding their way in there regardless. Constantly, every time I log in, there are grass blocks inside the mine. I don't understand why there's not random grass blocks being placed other places as far as I know. But the Endermen just for some reason love going in there and I just don't understand it. Anyways, as far as the rest of spawn, I guess the biggest change would be there used to be like kind of a mountain or hill over here. I think it'd probably be called a hill. It's not really high enough to be called a mountain. But there was a mountain over here. I believe Dave's been mostly working on clearing that out and building this hourglass here, which originally I thought the plan was to put the portal inside of it, and I was kind of confused as to how that would work, but I guess this is more of just a decoration, and the portal is actually back here now. Actually looks pretty cool. It's like kind of obscured, and I think this is actually 2 separate portals. But yeah, I love that you can do different like shapes and stuff with portals now, because this actually looks really neat. But yeah, you got this little area back here for the portal, and I'm sure this will be filled in with stuff later on. Also, you can make stone slabs now. Holy cow, how has that not been added to the game until now? That's just crazy. Speaking of which, you can actually make what used to be stone slabs, but I suppose now are called something different. You can make those into full blocks now, and they're called smooth stone, which is confusing because I'm used to calling this smooth stone, so I'm going to have to get used to that name change there. But anyways, the idea behind this is actually that the hourglass is kind of like going into like a portal down here, and then I think on the nether hub, on the inside of the nether, we're going to have the other end of it coming out. And I think that might have worked a little better if the nether portal was actually inside the hourglass somehow. But yeah, again, I'm not sure how that would have worked. It would have had to have like a staircase up there or something like that. As to other changes around spawn, I know that little hut over there has moved. I think what used to be April's house, or still is April's house, ended up moving up there. I think I saw it up there a second ago, to make way for all the nether portal and the hourglass stuff. Still got kind of a mess of random farms kind of stuff over here. I'm sure at some point that'll be moved into its own place. Or maybe I'll stay here. I guess this doesn't look that bad. Just seems kind of weird to have just, one little bit of jungle wood with some cocoa beans and then just having, these vines growing down and all that stuff. It seems like more of like temporary as you're getting started kind of farm kind of stuff, whereas these other buildings like this farm right here that Spacey built is more of a permanent kind of farm building. I really need to make more use of barrels. I feel like barrels would be a good item to put as decoration in my ship, and I just have not done it yet. I think this enchantment shack might be new, maybe? I can't remember for sure. Since the last video, it's not new as in having been built really recently, more as in new as in since last time I recorded. This bridge, I believe, is new, but I guess you can't cross it. I don't know why that fence is there. That's kind of weird. But yeah, anyways, I believe there used to be a hill up here too, so that's been knocked down. Brian's still working on his smithy, blacksmith over here. And then this over here is actually, oh, can't get up that way. This would be Poet's base. I think I went by it on my boat in the last video and I didn't know whose it was. I don't remember if I said it was Jake's or not. I think Mara said on a stream it was Jake's, and I don't know if I ended up saying that as well, but that was kind of what I had thought at one point too, because there aren't any names or anything on anything, because I guess we don't really need that. I put names on my stuff, like I put my name on my dock over there so people know whose it is, but until Poet actually posted a video of him working over here, I hadn't realized that this was his stuff. And it's actually gone through quite a bit of change since I was last on like 2 days ago, I think. 2 or 3 days ago. Looks like quite a bit has been done here with the buildings. Last time I was on, I believe it was just like the first level of these buildings. It's looking pretty cool. I think he mentioned that it's kind of like a pirate town kind of thing, which I think is cool because we kind of got a theme going. I've got kind of a pirate ship. I don't know. It's not really like a pirate ship, I guess, but it could be a pirate ship. And there's like a pirate town over here. And one of my ideas for something to build out of spawn was like a pirate cove, like in like a hollowed out mountainside or something like that. I don't know. I've got lots of ideas that I'm thinking about doing for an out of spawn base, but that's going to be a little ways off because we still want to finish off the ship and the mine and probably build some other stuff around spawn just to give it a little life. Got a little map here of Poet's stuff. This is what I was talking about with the item frames where they kind of hover off the fence. I wish it connected or something because that would make it a lot easier to make a steering wheel on my ship. But oh well. What is that? Oh! Do beacons make noise now? Did they make noise before? I hear it like making a little humming noise. I don't know if you guys can hear that if my volume is loud enough, but I don't remember beacons making noise before. Maybe they always have done that. Maybe I just don't play Minecraft with sounds on enough. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, over this way, I believe this is Tort's building, and I think it's like a villager. I should have brought a boat with me. Oh, there's a boat over there. Oh, what is this? What is this? Just some random digging area here? And what is going on with this water? Someone must have blown up a creeper over here or something like that. But there's a boat over there. We can head over here real quick. I don't think there's a whole lot to show off over here other than Tort's base and Wynn's house, but we went there last episode. But I did want to go check this out real quick. I don't know if anything's changed since the last time I looked at it. I don't think it was here last time I made a video, so at least I can show it off in that regard. Oh, this is another thing that's new, new-ish. Not really. I didn't mean to do that, but I think we can fix this pretty easily. Yeah, you just click them like this. Yeah, that is pretty neat. Yeah, so scaffolding is what it's called, is a new to me block. I mean, it's been in the game for like a year now, if I'm remembering right, or maybe it's been 2. I don't know. Wasn't this added in like the aquatic update, or am I completely forgetting it? Was the aquatic update the one that added bamboo forests and pandas, or was that the village and pillage? I don't even know anymore. I used to keep up with this kind of stuff, but nowadays I just don't. But that's a new thing in the game, and I keep forgetting it's in the game, and I keep using dirt as my scaffolding when I'm building, and I just need to remember that this is in the game, and it's so much more easy and convenient. Of course, I'd have to get some bamboo first, but I think there's some growing around spawn that I can make use of. Oh, okay, I'm glad I timed that, or I managed to do that jump, because I made that jump before I thought about it. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to hop off here, there's some water over there, and I was like, oh crap, there's land right there too. That could end badly, although I do have some feather falling boots. Probably gonna keep at least one piece of gold armor for when I do go into the nether, because piglins are what they're called now, will not attack you if you have... What is this? What the heck is this? Oh, this must be part of Brian's build. Okay. I think. Yeah, okay. I was just wondering what this was. It looked like it was either half finished or a creeper blew up on it, or maybe both. Is this a thunderstorm or is this just regular rain? It looks almost like dark, like a thunderstorm. What was I talking about 2 seconds ago? I went off on a tangent somewhere and I completely forgot what I was just talking about. I think I was talking about having golden boots so that I do not get attacked by piglins in the nether. And yeah, I do want to get into the nether too at some point. Probably, I might even record an episode like tomorrow or the next day where I do a nether trip, because I want to get exploring some of the nether stuff before it's too late and everything around spawn has already been looked at, or everything within a reasonable distance has already been explored and looted and all that stuff, which at this point maybe it already has, based on the fact that quite a few people have endgame type netherite gear. But yeah, I do want to get in there and actually explore some of it at some point and actually check out some of the new stuff for myself. So hopefully there's still some area of the nether that has not been completely raided and pillaged to death yet. But yeah, I think we're coming up on the 20-minute mark there, which is kind of about where I like to keep my videos. Didn't do any building this episode, but we'll probably do something exciting next episode. Today was more of just kind of a walking through and showing off what's been going on. Just because there have been quite a few things happening since the last video. But like I just said a minute ago, I think the next episode I'm going to record this weekend. I'm recording this on Friday night, and we'll probably post it tomorrow or Sunday. And then probably do a video where I check out the nether, and then after that get back to building again. But yeah, it's nice to have a little video where we can just kind of walk around and check things out. We didn't even look at Jake's base. I know Jake is building something over here as well that I went and checked out at one point too. And it was looking really cool, and I was surprised I hadn't seen anything about it. I guess Jake, does he stream? I don't even know. It's hard to keep track of streaming and all that kind of stuff because I work during the day and I don't get a chance to watch people's streams. But he's been working on this underground thing, this underground hall down here, and there's that humming beacon there too. It looks really cool. Pretty excited to see how this ends up turning out. Making some good use of all the new nether blocks and all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty excited to check that stuff out for myself too, because I have not had a chance to use it. And what is this? Is this quartz stone bricks, or not stone bricks, quartz bricks? Is that a thing now? Is that what these are? I'm just gonna break this real quick just to figure out. Yeah, quartz bricks. I don't think those were a thing before. There's so many new things. So much new stuff that I need to check out and learn about. Anyways, that'll do it for today's episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And we're just going to walk down this hallway real quick because this looks like it's actually finished. It looks pretty cool. Oh, and he's got a water elevator here, too. So this would be the way to actually get in here. I've been getting in through his little beacon hole right there. That's actually not the way to get in. But anyways, before I get off on some other random tangent, I'll go ahead and end the episode off there. So thanks for watching, guys. I promise it'll not be so long before the next episode. So like I said, this one will probably be going up Saturday or Sunday, and then the next one probably will go up in the middle of the week. So it won't be nearly as long a break between episodes. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had fun, and we'll see you in the next one.